Welcome to Stuff They Didn't Teach Me in Sunday School. If you've been watching the Stuff They Didn't Teach Me in Sunday School episodes, you might have picked up the idea that I'm kind of a movie buff. I do enjoy movies. One movie I really enjoyed that I didn't think I would is the movie The Dark Knight, the Batman movie. And one of the reasons I enjoyed it, if enjoyed is the right word, was the portrayal of the Joker. And in that movie, after I watched that movie, I thought, you know, the Joker portrays sort of the ultimate evil, total amoral evil in that movie. If you go back in the Kings of Israel, you'll find some evil ones, a lot of them. Kings of Judah, you'll find some evil ones, a few good ones. But one stands out. One stands out as the personification of evil, the ultimate evil among the kings of Judah. And that one that stands out is a king by the name of Manasseh. His story is in 2 Kings chapter 21. He's 12 years old when he takes the throne, so he's just a kid when he takes the throne. He reigns for 55 years, so this is 55 years of total evil during the reign of King Manasseh. Chapter 21 verse 2 summarizes his reign. It says, he did what was evil in the sight of Yahweh according to the abominable practices of the nations whom Yahweh drove out before the people of Israel. So he did all the stuff that the people had done that God kicked out of the land. He was into pagan worship. If you skip over to verse 5, he built altars for all the host of heaven in the two courts of the house of Yahweh. So within the two courtyard areas, he put altars so that the people could worship the sun, the moon, and the stars. Not Yahweh, but the things Yahweh made. Verse 6, he burned his son as an offering and practiced soothsaying and augury and dealt with mediums and with wizards. He did much evil in the sight of Yahweh, provoking him to anger, and the graven image of Asherah, the female consort of Baal, that he had made, he set in the house of which Yahweh said to David and to Solomon his son, in this house and in Jerusalem, which I have chosen, out of all the tribes of Israel, I will put my name forever. So he installs Baal worship. He not only tolerates Baal worship, he installs it in the Jerusalem temple. Verse 9 is another summary verse. They did not listen, the people did not listen. And Manasseh seduced them to do more evil than the nations had done whom Yahweh destroyed before the people of Israel. Manasseh is the rock bottom. This nation will eventually fall. And the reason for the fall of this nation will get pinned firmly upon King Manasseh. Verse 12 tells us that the bad news is coming. Therefore, thus says Yahweh, the God of Israel, behold, I am bringing upon Jerusalem and Judah such evil that the ears of everyone who hears of it will tingle. This is going to make your ears buzz when you hear about what's going on. And what's going to go on, the prophets will tell you, is that God is going to come and destroy that city. Oh, he'll look just like the Babylonian army, but it'll be God. He'll be dealing with this city. There's a summary note in verse 16 that has some tradition that goes with it that you might be interested in. Verse 16 says, moreover, Manasseh shed very much innocent blood till he had filled Jerusalem from one end to the other. Part of that innocent blood that was shed, according to tradition, was Isaiah the prophet. And the tradition says that Manasseh wanted a creative way to execute Isaiah, so he had him put in a hollow log and then ordered the log sawed in two. Tradition is probably fairly accurate. It certainly would be in character for Manasseh. Manasseh is the low point in the nation of Judah. It won't get any worse unless you figure that exile is worse, which it might be. But still, God has not abandoned his people. Even in light of Manasseh and the people following this king, God has not abandoned his people. And even when he takes them into exile, and we'll look at that in a few weeks, he won't abandon them. He will bring them home because God's last word is always his love, his mercy, and his forgiveness for his people.